Yeah. Oh, do you want to play some Resident Evil? Well, let me help you. First of all, there are more than 60 Resident Evil games. But before you click off, let me tell you that not every game deserves your expensive attention. Let's talk about the synopsis. What's the synopsis? Well, the entire series is about a zombie outbreak, and people become zombies. Your hero has to survive. Blah blah. You know how it all goes. And you must be wondering why you should give a damn about this game because you have played hundreds of other zombie games? Well, this game is not about fighting zombies. To be honest, this game is about running away from zombies with your friends. But the literal best thing about Resident Evil is that its characters. First is Chris Redfield. This guy appears randomly in almost every Resident Evil game, unless it features Leon Kennedy. So who is Chris Redfield? Well, he is an orphan. He has a sister who is also an orphan, sadly. He don't have any special goals in life besides reviving his bloodline, the Redfield bloodline, which is connected to the second in lead, Leon Kennedy. Leon Kennedy used to be a cop, but on his very first day of duty, the zombie virus broke out, and he became a savior. After that, he became a government official, and I'm not going to talk about what happened to him after that, because that would be spoilers. Anyway, Leon's full name is Leon S. Kennedy. The S in his name stands for Riz because he can riz with anyone at any time, by any means. There's another, Arubato Wesuka, or Albert Wesker if you are an American. He is your everything guy. He is a human, a monster, a scientist, a terrorist, and 96 other things. Albert Wesker wants nothing for himself. He just wants to see the world burn. But will he succeed? Find out after playing Resident Evil 5. I know this is crazier than Leon Kennedy naming his dogs.
Shit! You bastard! What the fuck? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch!
There are more characters, but they are better off if you explore them by yourself. Now let me give you some solid reasons why you should play this game or series. Number 1, it has a wide variety of protagonists. Why? Let me tell you why. RE1 has a protagonist, Chris Redfield. RE2 has Leon Kennedy. RE3 has Chris Redfield in his female form as Jill Valentine. RE4 has Leon Kennedy. RE5 has Chris Redfield. RE6 has Leon Kennedy. Variety, everyone. Well, there are other games too in the series, but they do not have Chris Redfield and Leon Kennedy as protagonists, which means they do not fit my agenda, so I'm not going to mention them. Reason number 2, movement. If you are not going to play the latest remake games because your PC can't handle them, well, play the classics and originals. They have a movement of, well, let me show you. Now, if you're thinking and wondering, what the hell is this? This is like seeing my character through security camera lenses. I'm never going to play as a security guard. Well, think again, because you have played Five Nights at Freddy's. Zombies in this game are, most of the time, slow, unless you are dealing with a boss fight. And that makes me come to my third point, the boss. This game has a lot of bosses, from Mr. X to Arubato Wesuka. Okay, I'm not going to say that again. Basically, you get my point. You're going to get a variety of monsters in this game, and you're going to have a blast killing them, unless you are sympathetic to zombies. Now let's talk about some reasons why you won't want to play this game or this series. First, you like dogs. If you are a dog lover and you think your dogs are your children, stay away from this series. There are no cute chibi puppies in this series, even though it's made in Japan. Only time will you see dogs on screen. They are dangerous, wild, and zombies. And you will need to kill them, or they will kill you. Now, you might say, it's just a video game. But by the time the dog appears, it's going to be more than once or twice. Second, you like humans versus humans in the zombie world. Let's say most of the movies are like this. There's a zombie threat out there, but humans are fighting with each other, But there's no such thing in Resident Evil. It's always us versus them. There are some plot twists and some evil humans in this too, but do not expect them to do much besides being behind the shadows. Dialogues. If you are the type of person who plays the game in slow motion, so you can hear and understand the depth and meaning behind every single fucking line, then Resident Evil is not for you. There are some classic dialogues, but they are like 5%. 95% of the time, dialogues are repeated, boring, and corny. I mean, just look at this.
I hate to break it out to you, but Salazar's dead.
Yes, it seems that way.
Sadler, why don't you give up and let Ashley go home?
Perhaps you are disillusioned with overconfidence. just because you killed my small-time subordinate.
Sadler, you're small.
Now, let's talk about some frequently asked questions. 1. Why do zombies not look like zombies? If you have seen some Resident Evil clips and you might be wondering, that doesn't look like zombies at all. Well, because they're not zombies. At least, not pure zombies. Zombies do not have any importance in this game. The only major characters you will see as villains are mutants. What are mutants? Well, you can say, an upgraded version of humans. Another frequently asked question I have seen is, does Resident Evil have some of the most tragic and memorable deaths? Well, no, there are some deaths, but I won't call them memorable. Because most of the time you'll be like, huh, he died. Who gives a shit? Oh, she died. Well, let's not worry because somehow she will return in the next game. So, no major deaths. Most of the time, also, if you are thinking, is it an open world? Well, no, it's not an open world. You are always expected to do something. Sometimes you have to open doors, and sometimes you are getting chased by some 10-foot-tall monster who goes by the name of Mr. X. Now let's talk about which game you should play. Well, you can play anything you want, like who the hell am I to tell you? But my recommendation will be the remake, trilogy, or quadrology, if that's a word. Remakes are far better than the originals, unless you like constant 90s horror music in your ears. Is that so? Play the originals if you have a PlayStation, or you know another way, don't you? So, yeah, that's how you're going to play this series. And once you're done with the originals, you can go with the spin-off because there are a lot of spin-off games.